Hi, I'm Caitlyn Fletcher.
17th-year-old. And Christmas Eve should have felt warm,
Safe. Familiar.
Instead, it became the night my family finally showed me exactly where I stood. My dad set his fork down like he was passing judgment. Monday, you're grounded. And you're not going back to school until you apologize to Dylan. In front of everyone. My mom nodded so fast it looked rehearsed. It's Christmas, Caitlyn. Families fix things. Across the table, Dylan leaned back with that smug little smirk, the one he practiced more than homework. I kept my voice steady. All right. Everything froze. Dad blinked. Mom's smile cracked. Dylan's smirk twitched like he'd heard wrong. I stood, pushed my chair in, and walked upstairs.
Calm on the outside.
Absolutely done on the inside. They thought grounding me trapped me. They had no clue I'd already made my escape plan. But to understand why Christmas Eve shattered something inside me.
We need to rewind.
It started in the school parking garage a week before break.
Shouting.
Echoing off concrete. I rushed toward the noise. Ryan, a tiny sophomore, was on the ground, clutching his face. Blood slipped between his fingers. And Dylan? He towered over him, fists clenched, chest heaving like he'd run there just to hurt someone. Security cameras caught everything. 2 guards dragged Dylan off. Ryan's friends lifted him from the floor. Before I even reached my car, my phone buzzed. Principal's office.
Now.
Mr. Thompson watched the footage twice. He knew me from debate. He knew I didn't start fights. Dylan was suspended for 10 days, clean, simple, documented. But by the time I got home, Dylan had rewritten the entire story. He told my parents I'd screamed at him all morning, that I pushed him too far, that he snapped because of me. And for the first time, I realized, in my house, the truth didn't matter when the golden boy opened his mouth. Before Christmas Eve dinner, my parents called a family meeting. Dad leaned forward like he was delivering a corporate crisis plan. After break, you'll go on stage and tell the school you exaggerated everything. Mom added softly, family comes first, sweetheart. I stared at the table. There's video proof, I said. Dad waved it off. People misinterpret things. One apology fixes this. So you want me to lie? I asked. You protect your brother. And Dylan sat in the corner, practicing his wounded puppy face. Something inside me snapped clean.
No.
Dad leaned back. Then you're not going back to school. No classes.
No debate.
Nothing. The room tilted, then settled.
Fin.
They thought that was the end. They had no idea that my plan started months earlier. After dinner, the house felt hollow. Not quiet hollow. I closed my bedroom door and sat on the floor. Not crying. Not shaking. Just finished. 2 suitcases waited beside me. One for clothes. One for proof I existed outside this house. Transcripts, medals, trophies, clippings. My laptop glowed on the desk. The Georgetown prep application page was still open. Rebecca, the one teacher who always stayed late with me, had sent everything I needed. 4 days left. You can do this, she texted.
So I did.
I scanned, uploaded, triple-checked every document. Kayla texted at 1 a.m. About damn time. I'm with you. Then came the essay, the optional one most people skipped. Why do you want a school 3 states away? I told the truth. Growing up beside a golden boy meant shrinking myself to survive. Winning quietly hurt less than celebrating. Every victory cost me at home. I didn't sugarcoat anything. At 3:07 a.m., I hit submit. Decision in 48 hours. Christmas Eve passed.
They grounded me.
I said, all right. They thought that ended the story. They were wrong. Snow lined the windowsill. My room looked too clean, like someone was already gone. One notification lit my phone. Bold blue header. Congratulations, Caitlyn Fletcher. Full merit mid-year transfer. Boarding check-in December 27th. I exhaled. Not excitement. Not fear. Just release. Downstairs, Mom reheated cinnamon rolls she didn't want. Dad stared into his coffee. Dylan still slept, believing Christmas would save him again. They had no idea nothing could stop this. The paperwork was binding. The car was already scheduled. The attorney had already confirmed everything. This was my last Christmas in that house. The house felt brittle. Everyone watched me like I was explosive. I packed my backpack anyway, slow, deliberate. At school, the parking lot shimmered with frozen snow. Students whispered when they saw me. Rumors travel faster than holiday magic. I walked toward the doors. Dylan stepped in front of me, his friends at his sides. Perfect timing, he smirked. Ready to apologize? I kept walking. He blocked me again. Come on, Caitlyn.
Say it.
I made it up. Dylan defended himself. Easy. Phones lifted. A crowd formed. He grabbed my elbow. Gasps rippled. Self-defense training kicked in. I twisted, broke his grip clean. He stumbled back into the fence, face burning red. I didn't look back. Mom and Dad were already there.
Drained. Panicked.
I placed the cream envelope on the desk. Georgetown's seal gleamed. Mr. Thompson opened it slowly. Then he smiled. Full merit scholarship. Immediate boarding. Caitlyn, congratulations. Mom sucked in air. Dad's jaw locked. Then the door flew open. Dylan barged in. She can't just leave. Tell her she can't. Mr. Thompson turned the document so Dylan could see the gold seal. It's already done. It's binding. Dylan's face collapsed. I didn't mean for it to get this crazy, just stay. Please. I met his eyes and shook my head once. Too late. When I stepped into the hall, the noise hit like a wave. Kayla waited with half the debate team. Students lined both sides. Someone started clapping. Then another. Then everyone. The sound followed me all the way to the exit. Every locker echoed it back. The day they tried to silence me became the day the whole school cheered. A black sedan from Georgetown pulled in at 7 a.m. The driver loaded my suitcases. Mom cried quietly.
Dad stood stiff.
Dylan didn't come outside.
The door closed.
For the first time, the house looked small. Georgetown prep was relentless. In the best way. No family politics.
No shrinking.
No golden boy shadow. By February, I was running debate practice. By March, I was chairing student council. By April, posters read President Caitlyn Fletcher. Nationals came in May. We swept. And that's when Kayla texted me. Dylan got expelled.
Permanent.
20 witnesses. He punched a kid. More messages. Restitution fees. Medical bills. School charges. All mandatory. My parents couldn't hide it anymore. Neighbors whispered. My mom skipped church. Dad avoided work hallways. And for once, people finally saw who they'd been protecting. 47 missed calls in a week. Mom begging. Dad pleading. Dylan whispering apologies. I didn't answer any of them. Day 7. I blocked every Maryland number. Silence finally felt like peace. Justice, the shelter dog I'd adopted, curled against my leg. My room felt mine for the first time in my life. I graduated from Georgetown University with honors. Became a senior policy advisor. Bought a glass-walled apartment overlooking the river. No cosigners. No emergency contacts. No family guilt. Just work.
Growth.
Freedom. Sometimes Kayla updates me. Sometimes she sends pictures. Dylan's room at home never changed. A museum to a boy no one could fix. My parents still tell people. She doesn't speak to us anymore. As if they still don't understand why. My mornings start with coffee and silence. 5 miles along the river. Mentoring debate kids who remind me of myself. People assume I carry pain. I don't. I carry clarity. The trophies on my shelf aren't nostalgia, they're evidence. Proof I wasn't imagining anything. Proof, I climbed out. Some gates close with noise. Others with understanding. Mine closed the moment I stopped knocking. And peace settled the moment I stopped asking permission to have it. If this story stayed with you, hit like, share it with someone who needs it.